Good morning. The book I'm gonna talk about in this video is one written by Bram Stoker, and it's named Dracula. So for this summer schoolwork, I had to answer different prompts about this book, so here they go. Starting up with the text-to-text prompts. What I just read reminds me of The Last Olympian, which is the last book of the Percy Jackson series, and it reminds me of this book because both stories and endings are very similar. This is because in both stories they are looking for the bad person to kill him. In The Last Olympian it's called Octavian, and in Dracula, well, it's Count Dracula. And at the end, the good guys get to kill the bad person, but one of them dies being a hero. And after that, the rest live happily ever after. Secondly, the ideas in this text are similar to the ideas in the storyline of Call of Duty Black Ops, because there is a bad guy called Lev Kravchenko who can be associated with Dracula. They both kill for a living and are the antagonists of the story. The main characters of Call of Duty are Mason, Woods, Bowman, and Hudson. They can be associated with Dr. Seward, Arthur, Jonathan, and Van Helsing, who are trying to kill the antagonist. And in both stories, they think that by killing the antagonist, they will solve their problem. And well, in both stories, the ideas were correct. Thirdly, the ideas in this text are different to the ideas of this book that I am reading called Throne of Glass, because in Dracula, all the protagonists get affected negatively in some way by Dracula. In the story, Dracula, who is the one damaging people, is antagonist, and he is the one everyone is trying to kill. In Throne of Glass, it's the complete opposite. The person who is doing damaging and killing other people is the protagonist. And for a part of the book, the soldiers and guards are like the antagonists because of trying to stop her from assassinating people. Basically, in both stories, the reader has a completely different point of view. Moving on to the text-to-self prompts. What I just read reminds me of the time when I was a little kid and got bitten in my house by 2 or 3 ants in the same day. So I went on and killed all the ants I could find with my gun in order to not get bitten ever again. And it was probably a very stupid thing to do, but this book did remind me of this and how I seeked what was damaging me and I killed it. Also, I agree with what I just read, because in my own life I don't like running away from problems. I face them, and in Dracula, all the characters, instead of running away from Count Dracula, they went on to find him and they faced their problem. In the other hand, I don't agree with what I just read because I'm a feminist, and I don't agree that they made men seem more intelligent and more capable than women. They even classified going to Carfax to look for the boxes a man's job, when a woman could have done the same thing that they did. Now, in the text-to-world prompts, what I just read makes me think about how in the past women were not treated equally to men and how they were seen more stupid and incapable, because in the book they once complimented Mina by saying she had a mind of a man, and they said it because she had said something that was intelligent. And in another scenario, they didn't let Mina help the men go check Carfax because according to them it was a man's job. Secondly, what I just read makes me think about how in my community we increased the security because there were many criminals that were coming in and they were not only stealing from houses but also raping women during the day and night. In the book, they used garlic flowers and Holy Communion wafers as security to keep vampires out. Also, what I just read makes me wonder about the future because I don't know if in the future people will keep fighting and killing themselves to solve their problems. All around the world, people keep doing it, but will there be a day when it stops? Finally, the book analysis prompts. I would have made a different choice than Van Helsing when he already knew about Lucy and that a vampire bit her. Van Helsing tried to help Lucy, but he basically didn't let anyone else help. If he said the truth about what happened to Lucy, then some things would have been different. People wouldn't have taken the smelly garlic flowers away from Lucy, neither would have they taken them from their tomb. This way, she wouldn't have attacked many children. The logical solution would have been taking her head off and sticking a wooden stake through her heart earlier, before she did anything bad to people. If everyone knew about the outcome, probably everyone would have agreed. If I could speak to Jonathan, I would tell him not to go to Count Dracula's castle. I would also tell him what Dracula really is, and how it will affect all of them if he helps him. Lastly, the protagonists and the main antagonist are different because all the protagonists want to kill the evil while working together. And in the other hand, the antagonist is the evil and mostly works alone. The antagonist kills for blood, while the protagonist kills for everyone's safety.